Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Romance Rewind Stories. Before we dive into today's incredible story, I have a small favor to ask. If you're enjoying these heartwarming tales, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. It's quick, it's free, and it's the best way to support us in bringing you more emotional romance stories. And here's something I'd love to know. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city or country in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing our amazing community from around the world. Oh, and if this story touches your heart, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps us grow and reach more people who love these kinds of tales. Now, let's get into today's story. She thought he was poor, until the billionaire showed her his world of luxury. The coffee shop was packed on Tuesday morning, every table occupied by students with laptops and professionals on conference calls. Willow Hart stood at the counter, counting the crumpled bills and loose change in her hand for the third time, her cheeks burning with embarrassment. "I'm sorry," she said to the barista, a teenager who looked supremely uninterested in her predicament. "I thought I had enough, but I'm coming up about $2 short. Can I get a small coffee instead of the medium?" "Sure, whatever." The barista started to ring up the change when a hand reached past Willow, placing a $20 bill on the counter. "I've got it. Medium latte for her, and I'll take a black coffee. Keep the change." Willow turned to protest and found herself looking up at a man who was probably the most attractive person she'd seen outside of a movie screen. Tall, easily 6'3", with dark hair that was slightly too long to be corporate, warm brown eyes, and a smile that seemed genuinely kind rather than condescending. He was wearing faded jeans, a plain grey t-shirt, and beat-up sneakers that had definitely seen better days. Not the usual wardrobe of someone casually dropping 20s to help strangers. "You really don't have to do that," Willow said quickly. "I can just get the small..." "It's already done. Besides, I've been there. The math that seems right at home but doesn't quite work out at the register." He collected both coffees from the barista and handed Willow hers. "I'm Ridge Sterling, Willow Hart, and thank you. Really. I'll pay you back. Don't worry about it. Consider it my good deed for the day." Ridge gestured to a corner table that had just opened up. "Want to sit? Unless you're rushing off somewhere." Willow glanced at her phone. She had 40 minutes before her shift at the bookstore started. And Ridge seemed nice, not creepy. Plus, she felt like she owed him at least a conversation for buying her coffee. "Sure, but just so you know, I really will pay you back. I get paid Friday." "Noted. Though seriously, it's $2. I'm not going to lose sleep over it." They settled at the small table, and Willow found herself relaxing as they talked. Ridge was easy to talk to, funny without being obnoxious, interested without being invasive. He asked about her life, and she found herself telling him more than she'd intended. She was 26, working 2 jobs, while trying to finish her master's degree in social work. She lived in a tiny studio apartment with a roommate, her cat, Hemingway, and survived on ramen, day-old bakery items, and the occasional splurge on actual coffee. She was tired most of the time, stressed all of the time, but determined to finish her degree and eventually work with at-risk youth. "What about you?" Willow asked, realizing she'd been talking about herself for 10 minutes straight. "What do you do?" Ridge hesitated for just a fraction of a second. "I work in finance, investment stuff. Pretty boring, honestly." "Finance doesn't sound boring. Complicated, maybe, but not boring. Trust me, it's a lot of staring at spreadsheets and trying not to fall asleep in meetings. And it pays well enough that you can buy coffee for strangers?" Ridge smiled. "Well enough. Though I live pretty simply. Old jeans, basic apartment, nothing fancy. Money isn't really what drives me." "What does drive you?" "Honestly, I'm still figuring that out. I've spent so much time doing what I was supposed to do, the job, the career path, all of it, that I'm not sure what I actually want. Does that make sense? Completely. I think a lot of people are just going through the motions, doing what's expected. At least you're asking the question. They talked until Willow noticed the time and realized she was going to be late for work. She stood quickly, grabbing her coffee. I have to run. But Ridge, thank you again for the coffee and the conversation. Can I see you again? The question came out quickly, like he'd been working up the courage to ask. Maybe dinner this week? Nothing fancy, just somewhere we can talk more. Willow felt a flutter of excitement mixed with caution. She'd been burned before by guys who seemed nice at first, but Ridge felt different, genuine. Okay, yeah, I'd like that. They exchanged numbers, and Willow hurried to work with a smile on her face that lasted through her entire shift. Over the next 2 weeks, Willow and Ridge fell into an easy pattern. Coffee dates before her morning shifts, lunch in the park when their schedules aligned, long phone conversations late at night when Willow couldn't sleep from stress about her thesis. Ridge was attentive and thoughtful. He remembered small details, that she loved old movies, that she was allergic to shellfish, that she'd mentioned wanting to visit the art museum but never having time. He showed up at the bookstore sometimes just to walk her home, even though it was out of his way. He brought her favorite pastries from the bakery and listened patiently when she ranted about difficult customers or complicated assignments. What Willow appreciated most was that Ridge never made her feel bad about her financial situation. When she insisted on splitting bills at their cheap dinner dates, he didn't argue or try to make a big show of paying. When she wore the same 3 outfits on rotation because they were all she had, that were remotely date-appropriate, he never commented. He seemed to genuinely not care about money or status or appearances. She assumed this was because he was in the same boat she was, working hard, living simply, making ends meet but not with a lot of extra to spare. His clothes were always casual, sometimes worn. He drove an older Honda that had seen better days. He never talked about expensive hobbies or fancy vacations. In Willow's mind, Ridge was just a regular guy trying to make it in an expensive city, same as her, which is why it was such a shock when everything changed. 3 weeks into their relationship, Ridge asked Willow to dinner at a restaurant she'd never heard of. "It's Italian," he said. "Really good pasta. I think you'll love it." Willow agreed, expecting something casual like their usual spots. Family-owned places with plastic tablecloths and massive portions. So when Ridge picked her up in his beat-up Honda, which at least was consistent, and drove to an address in the most upscale part of downtown, Willow started to feel confused. "Ridge, I think you put in the wrong address. This is the luxury hotel district. There's nothing cheap around here." "Address is right. Trust me." They pulled up to a restaurant that made Willow's stomach drop. Bella Notte. She'd read about it in magazines. It was one of those places where reservations had to be made months in advance, where celebrities ate, where a single entree could cost more than Willow's weekly grocery budget. "Ridge, we can't eat here. I can't afford my treat tonight. Please, Willow, I want to take you somewhere special. But this is too much. Ridge, do you know how expensive this place is?" "I have some idea." Ridge handed his keys to the valet, there was a valet, and came around to open Willow's door. "Will you trust me, just for tonight?" Willow wanted to argue, wanted to insist they go somewhere else, but Ridge was looking at her with such hope that she found herself nodding. Inside, Bella Notte was even more intimidating than Willow had imagined. Crystal chandeliers, white tablecloths, waiters in actual tuxedos. Every other diner looked like they'd stepped out of a fashion magazine. And here was Willow in her Target dress and clearance rack shoes, feeling like an imposter. The host greeted them with a warm smile. "Mr. Sterling, wonderful to see you again. Your usual table?" Willow's head whipped toward Ridge. "Your usual table." Ridge looked uncomfortable for the first time since she'd met him. "I've been here a few times." "A few times?" The host was already leading them to a private corner table with a view of the city lights. "Mr. Sterling, you're one of our most valued regulars. And might I say the owner was thrilled when you called to make tonight's reservation personally." Willow sat down in a daze, watching Ridge thank the host and accept menus that didn't have prices on them. Never a good sign for someone on a budget. "Ridge," Willow said once they were alone, "what is going on? You told me you work in finance and live simply. This place is not simple. This place is—" She gestured around helplessly. "This is where rich people eat." "I know. Willow, I need to tell you something, and I should have told you sooner, but I liked that you didn't know. I liked that you treated me like a normal person." "You're not a normal person?" Ridge took a breath. "My full name is Ridge Sterling. Sterling as in Sterling Investments. My father founded the company. I'm the CEO. I have been for the past 5 years." Willow stared at him. "Sterling Investments, the Sterling Investments, the one that's worth—" She couldn't even finish the sentence. "About $8 billion, yeah." Ridge looked miserable. "I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but Willow, when I met you at that coffee shop, you looked at me like I was just some guy, not the CEO, not the heir to a fortune, just Ridge. And I haven't had that in, God, I can't remember how long. Everyone I meet either wants something from me or treats me differently because of my name. But you didn't know who I was, and you liked me anyway. So you lied to me." "I didn't lie exactly. I do work in finance. I do find it boring. I meant everything I said about trying to figure out what I actually want instead of what I'm supposed to do. The only thing I left out was how much money is in my bank account." Willow felt like the ground was shifting under her feet. "The old car, the worn-out clothes, are genuinely mine. I don't care about fancy things, Willow. I meant that. The car is the one I had in college. I keep it because it's reliable and I like it. The clothes are comfortable. Just because I have money doesn't mean I want to flash it around. But you come here, to places like this, your usual table, for business dinners mostly. Tonight is different. Tonight I wanted to share this part of my life with you, not to impress you, but because—" Ridge reached across the table for her hand. "Because I'm falling for you, Willow. And I want you to know all of me. The part that works too hard and stresses about quarterly reports. Yes, but also the part that grew up with resources and privilege and all the complications that come with that." Willow pulled her hand back, her mind racing. "I told you about struggling to pay for coffee, about eating ramen, about working 2 jobs just to survive. And you just, thought it was charming? Were you laughing at me this whole time? What? No. Willow, I never thought it was charming. I thought it was admirable. You're working yourself to exhaustion to achieve your dreams. You're determined and passionate, and you don't let your circumstances define your worth. That's incredible." "It's not incredible when you're living it, Ridge. It's exhausting and scary and—" Willow stopped, fighting tears. "Do you have any idea how humiliating this is? I've been trying to figure out how to split $50 dinner bills with you, and you're a billionaire. You probably spend $50 on coffee in a morning." "I don't, actually. I spend about $4, same as anyone else." "That's not the point." Willow stood up, grabbing her purse. "The point is, you've been watching me struggle while sitting on more money than I could earn in 10 lifetimes. The point is, you lied by omission about something fundamental. The point is, I thought we were equals, and we're not. We're not even close. Willow, please don't leave. Let me explain. I need to think. I need space." Willow headed for the door, ignoring Ridge calling after her. She made it outside before the tears started, and she was fumbling for her phone to call a rideshare when Ridge caught up with her. "At least let me drive you home. Please. You don't have to talk to me, but let me get you home safely." Willow wanted to refuse, but she was crying and upset and didn't want to wait for a car. So she nodded, and they drove in tense silence back to her tiny apartment building. At her door, Ridge said quietly, "I'm sorry. I handled this badly. I should have told you sooner. But Willow, my feelings for you are real. The person you've been getting to know, that's really me. The money is it's just background noise. It doesn't change who I am." "It changes everything, Ridge, everything. We're from different worlds. We're from the same world. We're both people trying to figure out our lives and what matters. The size of my bank account doesn't change that." "Doesn't it? Ridge, I can't afford to go to places like Bella Notte. I can't afford nice clothes for fancy dates. I can't fit into your world. I'm not asking you to fit into my world. I'm asking you to let me be part of yours." Willow shook her head, exhausted and overwhelmed. "I need time to process all of this." "How much time?" "I don't know. I'll call you." Ridge looked like he wanted to argue, but finally nodded. "Okay, I'll wait. But Willow, I meant what I said. I'm falling for you. That's real, regardless of everything else." Willow went inside without responding, leaning against her door and listening to Ridge's footsteps fade down the hallway. For 3 days, Willow avoided Ridge's calls and texts. She threw herself into work and school, trying not to think about warm brown eyes and genuine laughter and the way Ridge had made her feel seen. But she couldn't stop thinking about it, about him, about the relationship she thought they'd been building. Her best friend Maya listened to the whole story over cheap wine in Willow's apartment and then said bluntly, "You're being an idiot." "Excuse me?" "Willow, the guy lied about his net worth. He didn't lie about liking you. He didn't pretend to be someone he's not. He just left out how much money he has. And honestly, can you blame him? You said yourself that people treat him differently because of his wealth. But Maya, we're so different." "Are you?" "Because from what you've told me, you both work hard at jobs you're not sure about. You both value genuine connection over superficial stuff. You both like old movies and long conversations. The only difference is he has money and you don't. But that's not a personality difference, that's just a circumstance. It's a pretty big circumstance." "Sure. But is it big enough to walk away from someone who makes you happy, someone who clearly cares about you? Willow, you've been smiling more in the past 3 weeks than you have in the past 3 years. Don't throw that away because you're scared. I'm not scared. You're terrified. You're scared that you're not good enough for his world. But here's the thing. He chose you, not some society woman with a trust fund and a designer wardrobe. You, the girl who eats ramen and works 2 jobs and counts change for coffee. He chose you, and that should tell you everything you need to know about what he values." Willow sat with Maya's words for the rest of the evening. Was she being unfair? Ridge had been dishonest, yes. But he'd been dishonest in a way that protected himself from people who wanted him for his money. And once he'd started to trust her, he'd told her the truth. The question was whether Willow could trust him back. The next morning, Willow called Ridge. "Can we talk in person?" "Yes." "Where?" "The coffee shop where we met." 30 minutes later, Willow sat across from Ridge at the same corner table where they'd had their first conversation. He looked tired, worried, and still somehow happy to see her. "I've been thinking," Willow started, "about what you said, about the money being background noise. And I think I understand why you didn't tell me right away. I probably would have acted differently if I'd known, treated you differently, and that's not fair to you. But Ridge, I need you to understand how this feels from my side. I struggle every single day with money. I worry about rent, about groceries, about whether I can afford my textbooks, and you have access to unlimited resources and you watch me stress about $2 for coffee. I know, and I'm sorry. If I could go back and handle it differently, I would. But Willow, I can't change my bank balance. I was born into wealth. That's not my fault or my achievement. It's just the luck of circumstance, but I can choose what I do with it. and I want to use it to make your life easier. I don't want a sugar daddy, Ridge. That's not what I'm offering. I'm offering partnership, support. Willow, you're drowning in student loans and working yourself sick to pay them. Let me help. Let me pay them off. No, absolutely not. Why not? It's just money. It's not just money to me. Ridge, to you, paying off my student loans is probably like buying coffee. But to me, it would mean I owe you something enormous. It would change the power dynamic between us. I need to do this myself. Ridge was quiet for a moment, then he said, Okay, no paying off loans. But Willow, can I at least show you my world? Not to make you uncomfortable, but because I want you to understand all of me. The same way I want to understand all of you. What does that mean? It means I want to take you to dinner at nice restaurants sometimes because I enjoy good food and I want to share that with you. It means I want to show you my actual apartment instead of always hanging out at yours. It means I want to introduce you to my life as it actually is, not the budget version I've been presenting. And if I can't afford to reciprocate, then you reciprocate in other ways. Willow, you've already given me more than money could buy. You've given me honesty, genuine connection, someone who challenges me and makes me laugh and sees me as just Ridge. That's worth infinitely more than any expensive dinner. Willow felt her resistance crumbling. I'm scared, Ridge. Scared that I won't fit. Scared that your friends and family will judge me. Scared that the money difference will eventually destroy what we have. Those are fair fears, but we don't have to face them alone. We face them together. Ridge took her hand, and this time Willow didn't pull away. I'm not asking you to jump into my world with both feet. I'm asking you to let me show it to you, slowly, at your pace. And if it's too much, we'll figure something else out. But please give us a chance. Willow looked at their joined hands, his tanned and strong, hers smaller and showing the calluses from her bookstore job. Different, but fitting together. Okay, she said finally. Show me your world. But Ridge, yeah? I'm still paying for my own coffee. Ridge laughed, that genuine warm laugh she'd fallen for. Deal. Over the next 6 months, Ridge introduced Willow to his life with patience and care. He showed her his penthouse apartment, which was absurdly large for one person, but also surprisingly cozy, filled with books and comfortable furniture. He took her to charity galas after taking her shopping for a dress, which she protested, until he pointed out that he'd be wearing a rented tux, so it was only fair she let him help with her outfit. He introduced her to his family, who were initially skeptical but warmed up when they saw how happy Ridge was. But Ridge also spent time in Willow's world. He came to her tiny apartment and ate ramen on her second-hand couch. He attended her graduate school presentations and cheered louder than anyone when she defended her thesis. He volunteered with her at the youth center, where she'd started working part-time, proving he wasn't just talk when it came to caring about making a difference. Slowly, Willow began to see what Ridge had meant about the money being background noise. Yes, he was wealthy. Yes, he could afford things she couldn't. But at his core, Ridge was just a person trying to figure out life, same as her. The difference was that he'd figured out what mattered, not the size of your bank account, but the size of your heart. 1 year after their coffee shop meeting, Ridge took Willow to Bella Notte again. This time, she wore a dress she'd bought herself with money from her new job. She'd graduated and gotten hired by a non-profit, finally doing the work she'd dreamed of. This time, she walked in with her head held high, not because she'd gotten used to luxury, but because she'd realized she belonged anywhere Ridge wanted her to be. After dinner, Ridge handed her a small box. Before you panic, it's not what you think it is. Open it. Inside was a key. Willow looked at Ridge questioningly. It's to my apartment. I want you to move in with me. Ridge, before you say no, hear me out. I know you value your independence, I know you don't want to feel like you're taking advantage, so here's my proposal. You move in, but you pay rent. Not market rate, that would be insane, but an amount you're comfortable with. The apartment's paid off, so it's not like I need the money. But I know it's important to you to contribute, so you contribute what makes sense for your budget, and I get to wake up next to you every morning. Win-win. You've really thought about this. I've thought about nothing else for 3 months. Willow, I love you. I want to build a life with you, not me supporting you like some dependent, but real partnership. You do the work you're passionate about. I do the work I'm good at. We support each other, share our lives, figure out the future together. You love me? Desperately. Have since probably the second week I knew you, if I'm being honest. Willow felt tears prick her eyes, happy tears this time. I love you too, and yes, I'll move in with you, but Ridge, I know. You're paying rent. I'm paying rent. I wouldn't have it any other way, because sometimes the billionaire who hides his wealth is really just searching for someone who sees beyond it. Sometimes the woman who thinks he's poor teaches him that richness has nothing to do with money. And sometimes two people from completely different financial circumstances discover they're not so different after all. They both just want someone genuine, someone real, someone who loves them for who they are rather than what they have. And that's the kind of wealth that no bank balance can measure. And that's where our story ends today. What did you think? Did Ridge and Willow's story of hidden billions becoming honest love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Ridge and Willow's story of hidden billions becoming honest love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Ridge and Willow's story of hidden billions becoming honest love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Ridge and Willow's story of hidden billions becoming honest love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Ridge and Willow's story of hidden billions becoming honest love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story.